Hello and welcome back. I have my husband Brad Maddern here. Say hi, Brad.
Hi.
And we are here to give you a 2023 recap and 2024 market predictions. I feel like we're sitting at a news desk here. Dee.
Right. Let's go.
So we wanted to start by saying thank you for a fantastic 2023. We were able to help 65 families this year. Wow, what a year. Thank you so much. And in one of the most interesting real estate markets that we've ever experienced, that really means a lot. So thank you for your referrals and for trusting us with your business. We really, really appreciate you.
Yeah, like Jessica said, 2023 was a great year. It was a challenging year, especially considering, the tail end of 2022 with rates increasing, which we'll go into more here in just a little bit. But, even with all the challenges of the market, there was still a demand out there for real estate, and there was still a demand for our services and to be able to help 65 families, which actually is the most that we've helped as a team in our career, and what's been, to some might believe, is a down market. It's a testament to the systems that we have in place and the people that we've been able to help to get where they want to be. So thank you again to all of our clients and friends and vendors and referrals, and we're happy to help. And with that said, 2024, there's some optimism in the market. There's optimism even with our team, and so we've expanded our goals. We helped 65 families this year. Our goal for 2024 is to help 111, which is a very unique number. 11 happens to be her favorite number, so we just tied that in. But what that means is for us, we have 3 full-time producing agents. We have Jessica and myself, and then we have Larry Levine, which most of you know as well. So how do we get from 65 to 111? We need some who's. What are who's? Who's are people? Who's our agents? So we're actively looking to try to find the right team member that not only fits our culture, but we feel can help our team and help more clients, but also that we can help that person build their business as well. So that not only can we all get to 111, it's not just a number that we want to reach. We want to reach it together, and we want to help more people. And we feel like if we help more people, then everybody will be able to. It'll be a win-win for everybody. So if you are an agent out there and are looking for to try to get some additional help with your business, or feel like we can be a fit to help you, we'd love to talk to you more. But yeah, I've been tabbed as director of recruiting, so I'm interested in having some meetings. So let's see how we can make this work and how we can help more people.
Oh, great, thank you. And speaking of 2024, we wanted to give some market predictions.
Yeah.
We've done some research here with some really interesting articles, I think. And in the process of our research, we found a lot of differing opinions on what's going to happen in 2024.
Yeah.
So the couple of articles that we want to talk about, one is from Yahoo Finance. This came out in early December, and we wanted to kind of go over some of this. And the other one is from the National Association of Realtors. Lawrence Yoon is the chief economist at National Association of Realtors, and he also put out another article that we're going to reference a little bit. So I want to start by talking about interest rates. In 2023, interest rates were a big topic of conversation. They were, if you go look at a chart, they kind of went up and are on the way back down. It was a very drastic increase in rates over last year, and it's also been a drastic decrease in the fourth quarter here. So at the peak of interest rates, it was on the week of October 26th, and rates were at 7.79%. And this is according to the Federal Reserve economic data. Since then, since October 26th, rates have fallen each week, 8 weeks in a row, and they're now down to 6.67%. So what does that mean for 2024?
Well, 6.67 looks a heck of a lot better than 7.79. And so that means a lot of things. We had a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers that were taking advantage of the market, and also a lot of you who I'm sure refinanced and got those low rates in the the threes. Some of you might even have a 2 as the first number on your mortgage, which is great. So what it did was it slowed things down. It created a lot of sticker shock, because with the interest increase in rates, So goes the increase in your mortgage payment. So does the increase in home affordability, and inflation with the economy and everything else. So now, as we see, market trends and everything throughout the years, each and every year, it starts to normalize to an extent. What does that mean? Well, the real estate market is always a moving target. So we're having to adjust accordingly to what the market is wanting us to do. Not only us as realtors, but you as a buyer and seller. So now the new normal is going to be probably rates, or was for most of 2023, was rates in the 7s. Now seeing rates in the 6s, it's almost, there's a lot of buyers that have been sitting on the bench, so to speak, and are ready. They're tired of waiting. They're wanting to buy a home soon. And so the interest rate decrease, we're seeing from our lender friends that they're seeing increases in mortgage applications. So what does that mean? That means more buyers are going to be ready to go in 2024. It could mean more demand on a listing than there was for most of 2023. We could very well have multiple offer situations come back. Will it be as drastic as it was during the peak of the market? I don't think so, but there's going to be demand, which could lead to increase in prices with those lower rates.
So let's break this down a little bit. Whenever we talk about pent-up demand, what we're talking about are buyers who are on the sidelines, not ready, willing, and able to either list their home and then go buy another one, or they are in a rental and they know or feel like their rental is more affordable than purchasing a home. That's what pent-up demand means, is that we have all these buyers sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah.
So when interest rates are coming down like they are right now, we are seeing buyers get off the sidelines and say, forget it, I'm going to just dive in. This is a better long-term investment for me, and I can deal with a little bit of a higher interest rate than what might have been a couple years ago, and then refinance if the time is right for me down the road.
Right.
So according to Yahoo Finance, as of October, more than a third of prospective home buyers are no longer willing to wait for home prices and interest rates to fall to buy a home, which is up from 15% in April, according to Bank of America's Home Buyers Insight Report. So that tells us that as already buyers are off the sidelines, a third of them are ready to go, and what we have is already pretty low inventory. Like when we look at inventory levels last year compared to this year, where are we? I mean, you have the chart master information.
Yeah, so what we look at with our local market stats is month supply of inventory, like Jessica said. And so consistently, if we're talking about November 2022 to November 2023, because we don't have December numbers out yet for this month, we were at 3 months of inventory in 22. We're at 3.5% or 3.5 months of inventory in 2023. So that's an increase of essentially half a month, so 2 weeks of inventory. And so what Jessica was saying is with that increase of buyers coming into play, as we have, it's still a seller's market. 3.5 months is a seller's market. So as we get those, more buyers coming into play, there's not enough demand, or there's not enough inventory to support the demand that's out there, to where we could be seeing where majority of the year was, especially in the spring and summer months, where we were in the 1.5 to 2 months of inventory range. So,
right. So like if a third more buyers come off the sidelines, we don't have a third more inventory to support that demand.
Right. So it'll lead to more multiple offer situations, which could lead to price increases.
Correct. Did you know, you mentioned this earlier, but 80% of home buyers have a 5% or below interest rate. So what that means for home sellers, so we're talking about inventory, that means a house for sale. So home sellers that have an interest rate at 5% or below, all of a sudden when they see interest rates at 6.5% or 6%, that's not that far off from where they are. And most home buyers, AKA people who have a home to sell and then become a buyer, they are not really worried about what the interest rate is. They're worried about what their monthly payment is.
Yeah.
And so if their monthly payment can be similar to where they are in their current home, then they're more likely to get off the sidelines, put their house on the market, which would increase our inventory, and they also become a buyer. So again, that pent-up demand is there too. Let's talk about the National Association of Realtors article. They're talking about the top 10 real estate markets with the most pent-up demand in 2024.
Yeah.
Do you want to go down the list?
Yeah, so when we're talking about the top 10 demands, we're looking at number 1 is Austin and Georgetown area. Number 2 is Dallas-Fort Worth. Number 3 is Dayton, Ohio. Number 4, Durham, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Number 5 is Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Number 6 is Houston. Number 7, Nashville. Number 8 is Philadelphia. Number 9 is Portland, Maine. And number 10 is the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area.
Yes.
So Dallas is still a big market. There's still a lot of companies moving here. Job relocation and job growth is still huge. Those people that are still coming in for the job creation that's here in Dallas, they need a place to live. And a lot of them could very well be interested in buying this year. So,
yeah. So how did the National Association of Realtors come up with this factor of what the top 10 markets are in terms of pent-up demand? Well, they looked at more returning buyers. They looked at lower home price appreciation, more renters who can afford to buy the median priced home in that area, more potential home sellers, a larger decrease in remote workers, more affordable listings for first-time home buyers, stronger job growth, faster income growth, and most high earner millennial renters moving into the area, and lastly, low violent crime rate. So they factored all of those 10 things in to determine the top 10 markets for pent-up demand.
yeah.
So Lawrence Yoon is the chief economist at National Association of Realtors, and he forecasts that we're going to have a 13.5% increase in units sold compared to 2023. And he also thinks that we're going to have a median home price increase of 1%. So your home value is going to go up 1% in 2024. And that's across the nation. I would be willing to bet that our home values will increase more than the average of 1%, just because we're in a top market of pent-up demand, and also because our inventory levels are so low that it's going to take a while to catch up to that amount of inventory that we're trying to meet the buyer demand for. You have some statistics on that median home price compared to year-over-year data too.
Yeah, so when we were talking about home sale or month supply of inventory, our median sale price was actually remained stagnant. It remained the same from year over year, from November 22 to November 2023. Now, there were some increases in the market as the typical springtime, summertime demand increased. But from November 2022, we were at $390,000 for the median sale price for the DFW Metroplex. November 2023, we were exactly $390,000, with a peak of $410,000 to $415,000 in the spring and summer months, which is typically and historically a busier time for our market. But when you're year over year, we stay pretty much the same. So with the lower rates coming and more buyers coming in, like we said multiple times before, we could be in a multiple offer situation. So be alert of what the market is. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. We're here to help. And we'd love to make sure that we can help you take advantage of the market, whether you're buying or selling, or if you just have questions about the market and want to plan ahead for the future. We've got a lot of information that we'd be happy to share with you so that we can make sure that you're priced for success in the future.
So thank you again for watching today. We hope that our 2024 market predictions help you in your planning. And as Brad mentioned, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you more about your specific needs and what your goals are for 2024.